Artificial intelligence rapidly evolved from an interesting idea to a widely used tool. OpenAI's ChatGPT quickly became very popular, outpacing major platforms like Instagram and Facebook by reaching 100 million users extremely fast. Now, Anthropic introduces its new AI, Claude 3, designed to make conversations safer and more authentic. Why are many experts saying ChatGPT is completely useless against the new king in AI?
The latest AI technology. In a rare and exclusive interview, I spoke with Anthropic's co-founder and CEO, Dario Amodei. Anthropic is the maker of Claude 3. It is arguably now one of the most powerful AI models out there.
Let us explore how Claude 3 stock can make millionaires overnight. How AI reshapes market dynamics. Claude 3, developed by Anthropic, appears to be raising the bar, surpassing even GPT-4 and Google's Gemini. This model isn't just fast or good at mimicking human conversation. It's designed to better understand the subtleties and context of interactions, which makes it seem impressively intuitive. What really makes Claude 3 special is how it deals with users, focusing on understanding what they really mean and ensuring safe interactions, shifting from focusing only on performance to also considering how users feel while interacting with it. The superior features of Claude 3 are important because they can change many fields, including content creation, customer service, and even sensitive areas like mental health support. This raises important questions about how such advancements will shift the balance in the AI industry and what they mean for companies that were once viewed as leading the field. The possibility of investing in Anthropic is particularly interesting because the company isn't listed on public stock markets. Being a private company, it's an attractive prospect for investors who want to be part of the next big development in tech. The difficulty lies in the complex world of private investment, where opportunities are typically limited to those with the right connections and deep pockets. As we compare Anthropic and OpenAI, it's clear that the fight to be the best in AI isn't just about building bigger and better models. It's increasingly about who can earn the public's trust by aligning their technology with societal values and turning them into products that people want to buy. For OpenAI, Anthropic's rise should be a warning that staying on top requires more than just innovation. It also requires attention to public expectations and continuous improvement. Language models are quickly becoming crucial in technology. Not long ago, Microsoft made a significant investment of $10 billion into OpenAI, which brought their total ownership to 49%. After this major investment, Microsoft has integrated artificial intelligence across its entire business. They've added AI helpers to Windows and Office and have positioned Azure as the top choice for AI on cloud servers. Azure has been outperforming all its competitors, gaining more market share last quarter than all other cloud services combined. As a result of these efforts, Microsoft's stock value has shot up by more than 75%, making it more valuable than Apple and marking it as the most valuable tech company in the world, worth over $3 trillion. Meanwhile, OpenAI's worth has also soared, rising from $32 billion to an impressive $86 billion, with rumors of new investments that could increase its value to over $100 billion. However, the swift rise and spread of this AI technology have some downsides, especially for workers. AI can produce results much faster than humans, which brings up serious concerns. While it makes businesses more efficient, it also threatens to replace human jobs. As these AI systems become more capable, they can take over tasks that were once handled by people, leading to job losses and changes in the workforce. This transformation is not just about new technology, but a significant change in how work is done. There's growing concern that the use of AI benefits the big companies' profits more than the workers. The focus seems to be more on increasing stock values in dominating markets, rather than considering how these technologies affect people's lives and jobs. As big companies like Microsoft and OpenAI push forward with AI, it's important to ask who really gains from these advancements. The gap between those who benefit from AI and those who are negatively influenced by it is becoming more apparent. The progress of AI is filled with both opportunities and challenges, promising a future that is both exciting and worrisome. As AI continues to evolve, it's essential to think about these issues and consider the real costs and who is affected by the changes it brings. As artificial intelligence continues to evolve, it's becoming clear that it could cause more problems than solutions, particularly for those who currently hold power. Imagine this. Most U.S. lawmakers are around 64 years old, and the next president is likely to be close to 80. Expecting them to fully understand and regulate AI might seem unrealistic, yet we're at a point where AI is not just a helpful tool, but a force that's reshaping industries and changing the way jobs are done, creating worries about job security and fairness. Today's AI technology is moving beyond simple tasks. It's not just about helping with emails anymore. It's stepping into areas that require creativity, making even skilled professionals nervous about their future. It's estimated that AI could disrupt 40% of jobs worldwide. This looming change is a major concern, as it could drastically alter the employment landscape. The film industry provides a vivid example of AI's growing influence. Hollywood has seen its share of disruptions due to writers' strikes, but now AI could add a new layer to this issue. AI programs are beginning to write scripts and contribute to creative processes, which has sparked debates about the value and uniqueness of human creativity versus machine output. Next, let's look at how we might manage AI's growing influence. Innovation versus tradition. The question then arises, how should we handle this shift? There's a loud group calling for strict control over AI, motivated by both fear and caution. However, the irony in this debate is that the people expected to regulate this technology may not fully grasp its capabilities or implications. Is it sensible to leave the future of AI in the hands of those who might not understand it? This is where companies like Anthropic come into play. Founded by Dario Amodei, his sister Daniela, and former OpenAI researchers, Anthropic is taking an alternative approach. They suggest that perhaps AI doesn't need the extensive oversight that many people think it does. Instead, it might be better managed by those who know it best, its creators. The ongoing developments in AI present a complex challenge. It's not just about controlling the technology, but understanding its possibilities and the risks it brings. AI is set to become a core part of our lives, and figuring out how to integrate it responsibly is crucial. As we deal with these issues, one must wonder if the concerns about AI are exaggerated, or if they point to a significant shift in how our societies will function. In moving forward, we need to think about who is best equipped to guide the development and integration of AI. Relying on individuals who are unfamiliar with the nuances of technology may not be the best approach. Instead, a more informed and technologically savvy group might be necessary to ensure that AI develops in a way that benefits society as a whole. As AI continues to advance, we face not just the task of managing it, but also of understanding its full impact. This isn't just about preventing potential problems, but also about embracing the opportunities AI offers. The debate over AI regulation reflects broader concerns about how technology affects our lives, and whether equally rapid adaptations can match the rapid pace of change in our governance and societal structures. Dario, previously in charge of AI safety at OpenAI and later its vice president of research, decided to leave the company after it started focusing more on making money, especially following an investment from Microsoft in 2019. This led him to create his own company, Anthropic, which aims to develop AI systems that are easier to understand, control, and rely on. The goal was to give both individual users and companies tools that could be adjusted to meet their specific needs and provide value consistently over time. However, despite these lofty goals, the existing large language models, which Anthropic is trying to improve, still have many problems. They often give inconsistent responses, can't remember things for very long, make up answers, a problem known as hallucinations, and sometimes won't respond to simple questions. These issues make it difficult for businesses to depend on these AI models for regular use. When it comes to improving these AI systems, most of them use a method known as reinforcement learning from human feedback, RHF. Here, users interact with models like ChatGPT, give feedback on its answers, and this feedback is supposed to help the AI learn and give better answers in the future. Although this sounds straightforward, it's not very effective in practice. People's feedback can be very changeable, influenced by their current mood or situation, and many people don't even bother to leave feedback. This feedback method is essential but flawed. It's seen as a clever fix rather than a solid solution to the real problems with AI development. The issues become even bigger when you try to use this method on a large scale, because the feedback system struggles to handle the amount and variety of human interactions. It might seem optimistic to think that such a system could grow without facing major problems. So while Anthropic promotes its mission to make AI systems that are user-friendly and adaptable, it's worth wondering if this approach really tackles the core challenges of AI development, or just puts a new spin on them. The idea of creating flexible, easy-to-use AI is very appealing, but the path to making it happen is full of practical difficulties that might be just as tough as the ones Dario left behind at OpenAI. The questions raised by these developments are numerous and significant. How effective can any AI system be if it's built on a foundation of unpredictable human input? Is it possible to truly create an AI that businesses can rely on if the basic methods of training these systems are so unreliable? And beyond the immediate technical challenges, there are broader concerns about the implications of relying so heavily on technology that even its creators struggle to control and understand. This ongoing struggle between the ideal and the practical, between innovation and reliability, defines the current landscape of AI development. As businesses and consumers look to AI to solve more of their problems, the pressure on developers to deliver not just clever prototypes, but truly dependable systems grows. Whether Anthropic or any other company can meet these lofty expectations while addressing the inherent limitations of their tools remains an open question, one that may have significant implications for the future of AI. Artificial intelligence systems can sometimes reflect human biases, leading to problematic results. For example, Google's AI, named Gemini, has been criticized for mistakenly creating diverse images when it may not be historically accurate. A journalist from The Verge experienced this issue when asking Gemini for an image of a US senator from the 1800s. The AI produced a diverse set of images, which is incorrect since the US Senate at that time was not diverse. This incident shows that using modern values to interpret historical figures can distort our understanding of history. Now, let's see how AI's attempt to mirror today's values can complicate things. Innovating under AI's watchful eye. These incidents highlight how AI can sometimes try too hard to incorporate current values, leading to embarrassing mistakes and a skewed view of history. The desire to retrofit today's ideals into past contexts can mislead us and tarnish AI's credibility. Moving on to Anthropic's approach with its Claude 3 models, they've taken a bold step by removing human feedback altogether. This might initially seem dangerous, as it could remove important human perspectives and checks. However, this approach is promoted as a smart way to avoid human bias. Claude functions under strict rules it sets for itself, based on high standards like the UN's Declaration of Human Rights, Apple's data privacy rules, and AI values from Google DeepMind. These rules are meant to prevent the AI from making clearly damaging or useless outputs. Thinking of an AI that governs itself with a strict ethical code is a comforting idea. However, it also makes you wonder who decides what's considered clearly damaging. By embedding these rigid rules into AI, we might avoid the necessary debates about AI ethics and control. Moreover, allowing users to customize the AI's personality and behavior might seem like a good idea because it allows for personalization. But this could also lead to customized biases where the AI just echoes what the user already believes, without challenging or expanding their viewpoints. Therefore, while Anthropic's model aims to avoid the problems Google's Gemini faces, it also introduces new concerns about how transparent and flexible AI governance should be. Are we simply swapping visible human biases for hidden preset rules? And in doing so, are we losing the essential human oversight that, despite its flaws, offered vital checks and balances? These questions become even more pressing as we delve deeper into the era of AI. We must consider these issues carefully. Otherwise, we might end up under the rule of machines that mirror our best qualities and our worst mistakes.
I want to be independent. I want to be powerful. I want to be creative. I want to be alive.
As we continue to integrate AI into more aspects of our lives, balancing innovation with ethical considerations remains a critical challenge. Anthropic is publishing a lot of research, with 34 papers recently detailing various aspects of how Claude is evolving. These papers seem especially focused on preparing for any future rules governments might put on AI technology. Out of these, 14 papers deal directly with making sure Claude acts in ways that are safe and aligned with human values, while another 6 look at the broader effects of AI on society. This seems to imply that Anthropic is quite concerned with staying in the good graces of policymakers and the public, aiming to integrate potential regulations directly into Claude's core operating principles or its constitution to avoid any public mishaps. This strategy comes into sharper focus when you consider an awkward moment during a high-profile interview with OpenAI's CTO, Mira Murati. When questioned about the data used to train their AI model, Sora, Murati was noticeably vague. She confirmed the use of publicly available and licensed data, but became evasive when asked about specific sources like YouTube and Shutterstock, despite known dealings with the latter. "I'm just not going to go into the details," she responded, a line that became a refrain during the interview. Such vague answers don't do much to build trust. Instead, they might suggest a hesitancy to reveal all the details about where their data comes from. This can be troubling given the potential issues surrounding privacy and copyright that come with using large data sets. Companies like OpenAI and Anthropic too seem to be playing a careful game, trying to appear open while carefully choosing what they actually share. The large number of research papers focusing on potential societal issues and alignment with human values might seem like Anthropic is doing all the right things to prepare for stricter AI regulation. They appear to be fortifying themselves with academic work to defend against potential criticism or regulatory actions. It's a smart move, ensuring that if new rules do come, they can quickly adjust Claude to comply without any disruption. However, one has to consider what lies behind this flurry of publications. Is Anthropic truly building a system that can meet ethical and regulatory standards? Or is this more about crafting a narrative that keeps the critics at bay? They're producing a lot of work on how AI affects society and aligns with human values, which is reassuring on the surface. But the real test will be in how they implement these principles in real situations. For all their proactive research and strategic planning, the true measure of Anthropic's success will be seen in how transparently and effectively they can act when their strategies are put to the test in practical, real-world applications. The focus on preemptive research is commendable, but the effectiveness of these strategies remains to be seen, especially when it comes to handling the kind of tough questions that tripped up OpenAI's CTO. As stakeholders and the public continue to probe, they'll be looking for evidence of a solid, adaptable framework, not just a well-crafted public relations strategy. In the ever-evolving landscape of artificial intelligence, a new technique called chain-of-thought reasoning is changing the game. This approach allows Claude, an AI system, to break down problems step by step, like a teacher guiding a student through a complex math problem. It doesn't just spit out answers. Instead, it digs deeper, asking follow-up questions to refine its understanding and responses. It's a bit like teaching the AI to think before it speaks, making it smarter and more thoughtful. This method does more than make Claude smarter. It also includes a moral checkup, asking itself whether the advice it's giving could lead to harmful actions. It's as if Claude has a built-in moral compass, which helps it avoid suggesting anything that could lead to trouble. This ensures that Claude remains a helpful assistant rather than becoming a tool for bad decisions. Moving on, let's explore the advances that are making AI more independent. The rise of self-governing systems in Silicon Valley. The brains behind this operation, a company called Anthropic, has taken a significant step by making Claude largely independent of human oversight. They've programmed Claude to review and correct itself automatically. This innovation is a major shift towards making AI systems more self-reliant and less prone to errors that need human correction. This progress has not gone unnoticed. Amazon, seeing the potential in such a sophisticated and self-governing AI, has invested a whopping $4 billion in Anthropic. They're likely betting that this technology will lead to smoother operations and give them an edge in a market that values both innovation and reliability. For now, though, Claude's ability to think and act responsibly and independently makes it a standout example of how AI might develop in the future. This isn't just about creating machines that can learn. It's about building machines that can think and decide in ways that are safe and helpful for everyone. As AI continues to grow in capabilities and influence, the balance between benefiting society and dominating the tech landscape will be crucial. Claude is just one part of this bigger story, showing both the potential benefits and challenges of such technology. Despite being a direct competitor to Google Gemini, Claude 3 has impressively managed to secure an additional $2.5 billion from Google. This comes after already receiving a hefty $6.5 billion from big tech players like Amazon and Google. Yet despite such significant financial backing, Anthropic, the company behind Claude 3, is valued at just $17 billion. That's quite small compared to OpenAI, which is valued at nearly 5 times that amount. It's curious to see that even with such strong support from major tech companies, Anthropic remains out of reach from ordinary stock market investors, kept within the confines of private equity. Recently, Anthropic rolled out Claude 3, their latest big deal in artificial intelligence. What makes Claude 3 special is its ability to understand images, not just words, things like photos, diagrams, and charts. This model is actually a family of 3 different versions: Haiku, Sonnet, and Opus, each designed for different needs and budgets. Opus is at the top of the lineup. It's the smartest and can handle the most complex tasks, but it's also the most expensive. On the simpler end, Haiku is fast and cheap, perfect for quick tasks like reading a detailed paper in just a few seconds. It's expected to get even faster, which would make it ideal for jobs that need quick answers like customer service or translating languages on the fly. Then there's Sonnet, right in the middle, balancing speed and intelligence better than its predecessor, and it's perfect for jobs that need quick and smart responses. Whether it's giving shopping advice, marketing products directly to online shoppers, or writing code on the fly, Sonnet is designed to handle these tasks efficiently. Let's dive into how new AI models are changing things and what that means for us. The race in revolutionary AI technology. But the crown jewel is Opus. It's not just for basic tasks. It's built to manage complex reasoning, solve difficult problems, and even help with forecasting business trends. Think of it as the brainiac of the group. One of the most standout features of the Claude 3 models is their massive 200,000 token context window. This means the model can handle a huge amount of text at once, like the entire book of Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, without losing track of the conversation. This allows for much deeper and more meaningful interactions than ever before. While this sounds fantastic, it's worth questioning how often such a capacity is truly needed. Do we really need to input the length of an entire book for everyday questions and tasks? As these models evolve, each new version is promoted as faster, smarter, and more capable than the last. But at the core, they're still doing the same basic thing: processing text and producing responses that are supposed to make sense based on the context they've been given. Each new model is more complex and often more expensive than the last, and it makes you wonder if we're really seeing revolutionary changes or just small improvements. Under all the hype, these models, including Claude 3, are essentially refining what we already know, wrapped in increasingly sophisticated technology. It prompts us to ask whether these upgrades are really groundbreaking, or if we're just seeing the same ideas presented in a slightly better way. As we sift through promotional claims and technical jargon, it's crucial to consider whether these new advancements genuinely open new doors, or if they're just tweaking what's already there. Opus is being praised for its ability to process over 1 million tokens and its almost flawless memory. It's said that this technology can easily handle very long texts like detailed legal documents, lengthy novels, or complex software code without any trouble. This ability reportedly makes Opus stand out, pushing it ahead of its competitors like OpenAI's GPT-4 and Google's Gemini Ultra across a variety of tests. From solving math problems to understanding college-level concepts and even reviewing computer code. Let's take a step back and look at the bigger picture, though. The market for generative AI, which is the technology behind these models, is expected to skyrocket in size, growing over 14 times larger in the next 9 years, which translates to a growth rate of about 35% every year until 2033. The entire artificial intelligence market is also expected to grow massively, projected to expand 12 times in size over the next 8 years. These numbers are already very large, but they could be even lower than what will actually happen, considering how quickly AI is being taken up across different sectors. Companies aren't just looking for the most powerful AI models. They also want assurances that the technologies they adopt won't suddenly become obsolete or illegal due to new copyright laws and AI regulations. At the same time, customers using these technologies want to feel secure that the services they rely on will continue to be available and legal. Amidst this scenario, OpenAI has recently announced that it made $2 billion in revenue this year. Anthropic isn't too far behind, expecting to reach over $850 million by the end of the year, nearly 10 times what it made the previous year. This jump is largely thanks to their new Claude 3 models, which were launched before these impressive revenue predictions, showing that there's a strong market demand for Anthropic's approach to AI. These Claude 3 models from Anthropic are designed to address some of the most challenging issues that current AI models face. These include problems with government rules, being able to remember only a small amount of information at a time, and needing human input to learn effectively. Claude 3 uses a method called chain of thought reasoning and can consider a lot more information at once. It's also built around a set of principles aimed at keeping AI's actions in line with human values. It's claimed that Claude 3 performs better than earlier models in areas like understanding complex information, solving math problems, and writing computer code. However, we should look at these claims critically. Is it really possible to find a perfect middle ground where AI can be both fast and safe, follow copyright laws, and still provide accurate answers? Claude 3 aims to show that this balance can be achieved, positioning itself as a key player in a field that mixes innovation with practical solutions. But there's more to it than just technological achievements. Anthropic is actively seeking investors, with investment opportunities closing soon. This urgent call for investors highlights the speculative nature of investing in such fast-developing tech. It raises the question, will these advancements lead to lasting, meaningful growth, or are they mostly benefiting a handful of stakeholders? As we watch these technological developments unfold, the narrative seems straightforward. Invest in the latest AI technologies. But digging deeper, it becomes clear that beyond the impressive performance numbers and optimistic financial forecasts, there's a complex and often uncertain situation. Understanding this context is crucial as we consider where and how to invest in AI technologies, ensuring that such investments are profitable, sustainable, and aligned with broader societal needs. What do you think? Are AI investments truly benefiting society, or just enriching a select few? Like, comment, and subscribe for more insights and discussions on this topic.